Whether you are a salesperson dealing with new leads coming in from potential customers, a small business owner having to deal with customer queries on your own, or a salon owner, Workspace Flows is going to be able to help. This is a genuine game changer that allows you to create agents that go off and do their own tasks using the different Google Workspace apps. And the best thing is, you don't need to be techie at all to get this set up. I'm going to show you 3 examples now, going from simple to more complex. So here's what Workspace Flows look like. First, I love how this looks. It is super simple, I think super easy to understand. And all of the templates here are really good starting points. It's very unlikely you're going to want to create too much from scratch, especially if you're not particularly techie or you just want to give it a go. Now let's start with a simple example where we just want some help identifying which emails are important that I might want to follow up with. So I'm going to scroll down here and there is a template that says highlight key emails. So I'm going to click on this, and this is what a flow looks like. It's just a series of steps. Those steps can consist of actions across different Google apps or instructions for Gemini to do things with the information that it's found from those apps. So in this one, the starter step is simply when I get an email, and I can say whether I want it to check all emails or just specific emails. And we'll look at some of the possibilities for specific emails in a later example. The next step here then is to have Gemini decide whether that email is something important that I want it to place a star on in my inbox so that I can come back to it. Again, the template already has some instructions for Gemini here, so you can have a read through them, decide whether you need to change anything. It says determine whether the provided email requires a personal, non-automated follow-up from the user, or if it can be handled by a standard reply or no action. And then below that is just some criteria for a follow-up, so whether it asks a question or if it contains a request for a meeting, or if there's a complaint or a serious issue, and so on. And you can see here, this chip is a variable of the email. All that means is it's going to take the information from the email and put it into this Gemini prompt so that Gemini sees all the information that it needs to. Once Gemini has done that, it's going to come up with a decision about whether it should be starred in my inbox or not. So the next step says if the step 2 decision is true, i.e. if it is important, then step 4 is just star that email. It's as simple as that. So why don't I turn this on and we'll see what happens. Click turn on at the bottom of the page. So when an email comes in, the agent is going to be working in the background to make a decision about whether that email should be starred. If I have a look at it, you can see the contents. It's clearly a complaint. And we can see that as a result, that agent looked at it and starred it. And if you want to check what Flows did, then I can go back into Flows, go to My Agents, and on the right-hand side, click these 3 dots and choose Activity. And it shows me all the times it ran with what happened. So it checked the email, did all the other steps, and then says, okay, it starred that email there. Super easy. Let's look at another more complicated example now before, in our third one, creating a flow from scratch. This time, I'm going to scroll down to the example here that says draft email replies to questions using a doc and Gemini. Again, the starter of this flow, step 1, is to look at emails that I'm receiving. And again, I can choose all emails or I can go to specific emails. I could define people that it might be from, or we could look for specific words. Or if I go to show more here, there are tons of other options. One that I really like is the to option, because in Gmail, you can have multiple email addresses. The admin might have set you up with aliases, or you can add a plus at the end of your email username and put anything after it, and you'll still receive those emails. Now, in my example, which would be for a retail store, I have a support email address that people would email. And so now it will only look at emails that have been received to that address in my inbox. I could also do things like only look at emails that have been given a certain label. Maybe I have some filters set up in my inbox, or even look at the email size or whether there's an attachment and so on. And I can also choose whether this looks at or ignores emails that have been sent or created by another agent that I've created. Then we go to step 2, which is another decide step. And again, it's the same as before. It just says, does the email include questions that require a response? And we've got the variable for the email body in here as well. Step 3 checks whether that is true or not. So is there a question that needs answering? If there is, then we move on to step 4. And in step 4, we're going to extract the information that's needed from that email. So it's going to look at the whole contents of the email, and then Gemini is going to extract just questions from that email. So we're not going to take the whole email to answer. We're going to look just at the specific question that's been asked. If you want to, there's also the option here to define a type of content. Let's say you're a mechanic and customers email you about their cars. They might describe the type of car that they have and the age, and I could put in type of car as a custom content and then write a description to explain to Gemini what that looks like. Once we've pulled the question we then ask Gemini to do something with it. In this case, it's going to be respond using a document that we're providing. Again, there's template text here that you could change if you want. For the sake of time, I'm going to leave it as it is. But you can see it says you're an expert Q&A assistant. Your task is to provide concise and accurate answers to the following questions. You must base your answers only on the content found in the linked reference document. And you see I've got a space here to link my document. I'll do that in a second. And then it's adding the questions. Here's another variable chip where we're taking the questions from that last step and it's going to put them into the prompt here. And we're defining the format of the response as well. So up here, I've actually got an FAQ document for this business. I'm just going to copy the link to it and I'm going to paste that into this prompt like so. Then we go to the final step, which is draft a reply. It's always going to start, thank you very much for your email. And then you see it's going to add the content created by Gemini underneath that. You've got the option if you want to have it reply to all, and you can even have it send the reply if you want to. I'm not going to do that on this occasion because I would need to go and slightly tweak the responses that it's going to give. Or I could create new steps where if it doesn't know the response, I could get it to send me an email or even a chat message that I then need to go and reply manually. There's also the option here to CC other people. Again, let's test this out. So I'm going to turn this on. If I go to my agents now, we'll see that it's in the list and it's active. So let's go back to my inbox and see what happens when we receive an email. All right, so we've received an email here that's clearly a question. If I click into this email here, it just says, are your secondhand bricks washed? Now, if I look in the document, that exact question doesn't exist. The answer is in here, but it's mixed in other different things. So let's see what happens after a few moments, whether the agent drafts a response or not. There we go. It's drafted the response. So when I'm back in this email, it's right there ready for me to send if I want to. Obviously, the formatting leaves something to be desired here, but that's where we would change those prompt instructions to make it better. In this final example, I'm going to create one from scratch so you can see what the steps look like. Now, I could click the plus button on the left-hand side here, but what I'm actually going to do is click in the box here and just describe what I want. Now, I run workshops and I have a form that people fill out if they're interested. I try to stay out of my email inbox day to day, but that is something that I want to treat as important and urgent. So I want an agent to send me a chat message that will get my attention if someone fills out the form with the details laid out. So when someone fills in a form, send a chat message with a summary of the response. Great with AI. Let's see how we get on. All right, looks like a nice and simple one. 3 steps. When a form response comes in, I need to select the form. I've got it here in my Google Drive. This could also be a form for an event registration, for example. Maybe you want to send people an email when they've signed up. Then step 2 is ask Gemini. That's because we want the response summarized, remember? So it's saying to Gemini, please summarize the following form response and the variable that we're going to be giving it all of the information from that form response. And then finally, notify me in chat. Just says new form response received, here's a summary, and then a link to that response, which is super helpful. That's it. I didn't need to do any manual labor here. It's just created that for me. Again, I can turn this on. And when I head over to my agents in the left here, it's in the list. So I've switched over to Google Chat here. Let's see whether this is working and the agent is going to send me the message. All right, and here is the chat message. It tells me there was a new form response and then gives me a summary of all the information as well as a link to go and see that entry. Now, just so you can see what's currently possible in Flows, let me show you all of the steps that are available. First, there are starter steps. So these are all the things that would kick off a particular flow. So we can do something on a schedule or when you get an email, things to do with Google Chat, when a Google Sheet changes, when items are added to folders or a file is edited or something based on a meeting or when a form response comes in. They're all the starter steps right now. And then all the other steps that you can add after that starter step has kicked it off. You can ask Gemini or ask a gem, which is great if you already have a gem set up that knows how to respond to customer queries, for example, recap unread emails, extract data, decide or summarize. These are all with Gemini. There are some more things you can do around thinking. So we already saw check if, but you can filter things as well and even send webhooks so you can be connecting to basically any other app that you want to. Loads of things to do in Gmail and chat. Obviously Sheets and Drive and Calendar and Docs, as well as tasks. And then there are also even third-party apps that are already integrated here, including Asana, Confluence, Jira, MailChimp, QuickBooks, and Salesforce as well. And I've no doubt we're going to see more customization come to this as time goes on. And if you want to see if you've already got access, go to flows.workspace.google.com, and I'll put a link in the description as well, right above the link for my newsletter that I send out every week with a free tip about Google Workspace. I think this is absolutely game-changing for Google Workspace. And this was just a quick overview. I'm going to make lots more videos on this, so if there's something that you'd like to see, then please drop me a comment below.